Hello and welcome to Mitsubishi Electric Webinars. My name is John Harity and I work within the marketing group here at MEAU. The following Application Solutions webinar will cover labeling applications in the packaging industry, where we will take a look at how Mitsubishi Electric's factory automation products can be used to create a powerful solution. The machine shown here illustrates a single-head labeling machine, also known as an applicator, where labels are indexed one by one to be placed on the products that are traveling on the conveyor. Before selecting the products to be used for the solution, let's take a look at the major components of the machine. The first area of interest is the master encoder, which tracks the position of the conveyor as it moves forward. The slave servo motor is configured to match the speed of the encoder through the correct electronic gear ratio setting in the program. In order to accurately place labels on each product, a photoelectric eye must be placed over the conveyor as the product sensor. This signal provides information to the controller so that it can advance the label web at just the right timing. A photoelectric eye is also configured above the label web, known as the label sensor, to intelligently stop the label web. After successfully placing a label onto a product, a Cognex vision system checks for barcode information or label misplacement. Some of the example industries and applications where labeling machines are used include food and beverages, pharmaceuticals, mail, cardboard boxes, bottles and cans, and stationary goods. In this application solution, a Q170M CPU standalone motion controller is used to control the labeling machine using Mitsubishi Electric's SSCnet3 fiber optic servo network technology. An extension rack is configured with input-output modules to control machine I/O, along with providing the option to configure high-speed inputs for product detection when more than two label heads are connected. An MRJ3B safety amplifier is configured to control the label head in order to advance the labels one by one. Due to the low inertia mismatch between the motor and load, HFKP or HFJP motors are used. A GT1555 is configured with a serial connection to the Q170M CPU, and a Cognex vision system is connected via Ethernet. An E700 VFD is ideal for controlling the conveyor and is connected separately to be commanded via an analog signal. The highlights that make this solution stand out can be summarized as follows. Flexible registration programming with the Q170M CPU standalone motion controller provides up to 32 different settings to track multiple values. The MTWorks2 programming software provides a convenient setup utility to program these registration settings quickly and easily. Servo auto-tuning with the MRJ3B servo amplifiers helps to get a machine up and running very quickly. Auto-tuning functionality in conjunction with notch filters can facilitate extremely high servo stiffness for very light loads, which can increase the lifetime of the machine of up to 20%. Auto-tuning features also result in improved machine productivity. The Mitsubishi Electric labeling solution comes complete with Web Advance and changeover functions. The Web Advance function advances the label web when labels are missing, assuming the label sensor is positioned far enough ahead of the peel plate. The changeover function automatically detects the distance from one label to another, which helps to reduce machine setup without the need for an operator to manually enter new label pitches. When trying to determine which motion product is best for a labeling machine, it's necessary to consider several options. First of all, it's important to assess whether or not the machine requires registration. For high-speed labeling machines, such as the one in this application solution, registration is required, which essentially leaves us with the rack-based motion controllers or standalone motion controller options. Examining the number of axes helps to refine which controller best fits the application. For multiple axes with a multi-head labeling machine, the Q170M, Q172D, or Q173D CPUs are all good selections. For 3 to 4 label heads, the Q170M CPU, when combined with additional high-speed inputs from an extension rack for product detection, is a good choice. With 5 or more axes, the Q172D 8-axis or Q173D 32-axis motion controllers fit the bill. When a machine has 2 labeling heads, the Q170M CPU is an excellent choice for accurate label placement since it offers 4 registration inputs, 2 for the heads, and 2 to detect the products. 2 single-axis motion controllers, or MRMQ100s, could also be configured here. For a single-axis labeling machine, the MRMQ100 is a perfect choice. The conveyor could be controlled by a servo motor or by an induction motor. In this solution, an induction motor is used where an E700 VFD is configured to be controlled by an analog signal.